Take 2, week 4. Now, jadilah kan. Alright, everyone, good morning. Let's have a look at what we are going to do today. We are going to look at this one. For the YouTube video viewers, I am referring right now to lecture 4, which I will also give to you later. Astaghfirullahalazim. Okay. Here. Okay, people, let's have a look. This is lecture 4, listening for specific information. I'm going to give you like a short, brief instruction on how that is done. Okay, in this chapter, we will predict and number 1, learning outcome. We will predict and anticipate the kind of information that will answer questions. You are going to be given clips, audio clips, and sometimes it has videos, but what we are doing is we are going to place emphasis on your listening skills. Okay, number 1, predict and anticipate the kind of information that will answer the question. So what does this mean? It means that when you listen, you are going to be listening for and with questions so that you can predict the answer to your questions. Okay, number 2, learning outcome number 2 is to recognize which information is about to be given. This is basically because listening is very fast. It's a very fast skill. So at the same time you are listening for what you are hearing right now, you're also thinking ahead, trying to find out what do you think is going to come next. Because if you do that, you won't get too much information coming at you at the same time. And to understand this and then to review that, it's not like that. Number 3, to determine whether the information is stated or not. So sometimes the information is implied, sometimes it's stated clearly. So you can determine whether the answer is something that you have to figure out or that you can pick from the listening clip. Okay, introduction. Listening to specific information is often factual in nature. For example, a name, a place, a profession, an object, a number, or a quantity. When you listen for specific information, you need to have some idea of what you are listening to before you listen and while you're listening. Okay, guys, I gave you a clip. I gave you a video, right? SB, special book for special people. Basically, it was quite a long video, guys, yeah? About 30 minutes. Have you guys listened to it? If you haven't, please go listen to it now and then come back. Not you guys. You guys are supposed to, I'm talking to people on YouTube. So when I sent you that clip, I give you a little bit of information, meaning to say I said this is a clip about what? About mental illness. And I ask you to go and look up what schizophrenic effects or something like that. There's a term. I have it on the phone. So you know that what it's about. You get like the main idea, right? It's going to be about mental illness, and it's going to be about because Miss Anissa asked me to read up like Wikipedia or something about schizophrenic that thing that he has. So you have like some information that your mind is getting ready to receive what you're going to listen to. If you go and do that background check a bit. Okay? Now, 4.1, types of listening. Okay, there are different types of listening. We covered listening for main ideas. We covered listening for specific details. We covered we covered those two basically. So here right now, we are going to look at three types of listening. The first one is listening for gist. What is the meaning of the word gist? No? The meaning of the word gist is main idea. Is the whole, it's just another word of saying listening for main idea. Okay? The main idea of the text. Listening for specific information is what we did last week, which is we are listening for keywords. It's like we just waiting for certain parts of the audio, which is why, guys, I told you before that you need to listen a few times, because there are some people who are kind of like experts at listening, so they can listen for main ideas and supporting details at the same time. But some people, they have to set their mind, okay, now I'm going to listen to the main idea. So they listen to the main idea, what's it all about, and then they listen again for specific details, right? Sometimes you have to pause the video, right, to kind of like, what was that, and then you rewind a bit, right? So those are all good strategies, okay? And listening for detailed understanding. When you do this, when you want to understand all the information the text provides. So basically, you have questions. Maybe the first pass that you listen to it, you have questions and you write it down or you note it to yourself, and then you listen for those, for detailed understanding. Sometimes you can listen for detailed understanding when you because of the keywords of the speaker, meaning what I'm doing right now, I am telling you the same thing over and over again in different ways. So when you encounter that information multiple times, you know that it is giving you perspective, different perspective. Okay, moving on. Before you listen to a text, you should be aware of these different types. You have to decide what your purpose is. Becoming aware of this fact will help you to both focus on important points and reach your goals. That's what I've been telling you. Okay, before you listen, think about the topics of the text. Think about the topic of the text that you're going to listen to. What do you already know about it, and what could possibly be the context of the text? So this one right here, what could possibly be the context of the text? Basically, you are spending a little time to think about what do you think you're going to listen to? Have you ever heard of the word trigger warning? Trigger warning. Sometimes when people listen to certain things, it makes them anxious. For example, people with mental illnesses. That's why I told you that you are going to listen to a clip or a video about mental illness. So you can prepare yourself. Okay, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to listen to about something about mental illness. So you don't get surprised or shocked or triggered when you find out that the video is about mental health. Because sometimes some people have that mental health, and so they feel attacked. So this is not the purpose at all. So which words come to mind that you already know? Which word would you want to look up? So in the video that I gave you, I told you a little bit about it, so you can see, okay, do I know this word? Do I know what these are? So you would go and look it up first, right? And then some people, I also gave you about 4 questions, I think. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, 3 questions. I said here, listening practice. Guys, please watch this video about mental illness. So I already give you a keyword there. So you set in your mind, we are going to look at mental illness. It is 30 minutes long. So when I say that, you're like, okay, I'm not going to be surprised that it's going to be a long clip. So it gives you information, correct? I will give a follow-up. I will give follow-up questions later. Remember, you have to sometimes listen repeatedly in order to understand. So I'm just giving you some warning. Okay, for now, find out his background. So when you see these words, his background, you're like, okay, I'm going to catch information about this person, about his background. Number 2, his medical history. Okay, medical. What is medical history? Some people just text me straight away, Miss, what is medical history? And then I said, oh, I have class right now. I will tell you later. And then how he and Chris, so you know there's going to be somebody named Chris, the host, got to know each other. So you know that you're going to listen to how they are going to know each other. Yeah. So about medical history. So when you understand this term, you're going to listen to how this person gets to be how he's being. Okay? So, and then just in the questions, okay? Just in the questions, you will see clues of what you are going to listen to. What do you already know about it? Schizoaffective. That's the word. Schizoaffective, yeah? Friend. Okay. So the title of the video, visiting my schizoaffective friend after his forced psychiatric stay. From the title, guys, what can you anticipate? You can anticipate that this is about a visit. This is about a friend. This is about friends visiting each other. And then schizoaffective. So you're like, oh my God, what is that? So I ask you to go and look it up, right? Did you look it up? Guys? Okay, so if you read at least a bit what is schizoaffective, so you will not be lost when he's talking about it. All right? After his forced psychiatric stay. Do you know what that means, guys? Ahmad Faisal, do you know what is a psychiatric stay? No, Madam who? Okay. No, did you find out what is psychiatric stay? No, why not? He said that he didn't find out. Faisal, I'm talking to you. Why didn't you go find out? Because you're lazy, that's why. Betul? Don't be lazy. Okay. Inside, guys, a lot of people say to me, Miss, this is so hard, English is hard. I can't speak English. I can't listen to. This is what you have to do. You have to do all this tiny work. It's not going to take a long time. You can just Google. Oh my God. Guys, I didn't have Google when I went to school. You have Google. You can just say, psychiatric stay. What is that? Okay. Nur Anis, what is psychiatric stay? What does that mean? Yes. People who stay at psychiatric ward, psychiatric hospital. That psychiatric, the word psychiatric, the word stay. So you, even if you don't understand that, you can guess what it means. Okay, Ahmad Faisal? Are you going to be lazy after this? No. Awesome. All right. Okay. Forced. The word forced, after his forced psychiatric stay. What do you think that means, Farouk? Akmal Farouk? Oh, just now, Ahmad Faisal said that he didn't know, and Nurani said she knows, and then she told me. Okay, what was that? Huh? The title of this video is Visiting My Schizoaffective Friend After His Forced Psychiatric Stay. Forced. Why is that word there? Cepat. Forced. Okay, the title of this video that you supposed to watch is Visiting My Schizoaffective Friend After His Forced Psychiatric Stay. So forced, what does that mean? Guys, come on, don't be scared. I'm sorry. What are you looking at? What are you looking for? Yes. Huh? What? Try what? Okay. 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 You know what psychiatric stay now is, right? It means that somebody who has to go into psychiatric ward. Oops, sorry. You see my leg there. Psychiatric ward, and they have to stay there. Meaning, when you say force, is it voluntary or is it not voluntary? Yes, it's not voluntary. So you know, this is going to be talking about an experience of somebody who did not volunteer. When somebody did not volunteer to go into hospital, that means they are forced. They they are forced without their consent. Meaning to say, the hospital said that they have to stay in the hospital because they are a danger to themselves. Understand? Okay. So, okay, let's go back to the lecture note. Okay, the lecture. Okay, that's thinking about the topic of the text that you're going to listen to. What do you already know about it? Pretty much nothing. So that's why you go and try and find out. What could possibly be the context of the text? Okay, in that video, we haven't even gone into the video. This is the preparation. Yeah, what is the context of the video, of the text? Afifa, what do you think is going to be context? Means like the background, why it's there and things like that. Do you have any idea? Okay, military. Okay. Afifa said that it's about the military. A little bit, a little bit. His past background is about a military person, but we don't know. We don't know about. I really don't know about him yet. We haven't gone into the video yet. I'm just demonstrating to you how to look at what are the strategies that you can do to increase your understanding without even before watching the text. Okay, so thank you, Afifa. Afifa said I said thank you to Afifa. Okay, so if you have to do a task, okay, second point, if you have to do a task on the listening text, check whether you have understood the task correctly. So I gave you 3 questions, right? I asked you for background, I asked you for military history, I asked you about how Chris, the host, and this guy got to know each other. So you understood all those steps or task, okay, so that you know what you're going to listen to, which is why sometimes when your answer is not correct, meaning you don't understand your reason for watching it. Okay, think about the text, the type of text that you're going to listen to. What do you know about this type of text? So you know it's an interview. So you are going to know that you're going to listen to 2 people or more talking. Okay, this is very important, guys. Relax and make yourself ready to pay attention to the text. That means you cannot have your brothers and sisters going around. You have to, when you have to listen, you have to calm down, but not too calm until you fall asleep. You have to be calm. You can't listen when you are stressed out. Okay, which is why sometimes when I ask you questions, you don't know what to say. You know it's in here, right? Because you're stressed. You're scared, you're stressed. You don't understand what's going on. Okay, so you have to relax in order for you to pay attention to the listening text. Okay, that is all before we listen, guys. So far so good? So far so good? Alright, good. Alright. Now, while you are listening, this is all the strategy of while you are listening. It's not necessary to understand every single word. Try to ignore words that you think are less important anyway. Okay? A lot of people, they get stressed out because they don't understand each and every word. Nobody understands everything. Especially, this is not your mother tongue. Sometimes even Bahasa Melayu, you don't understand. Right? So, you kind of make a guess. For example, just now, psychiatric stay. You know the word psychiatric. You know the word stay. You know psychiatric means something to do with mental illness. So, stay. So, you know something to do with hospital. You make guesses. Okay, you make guesses, and then when you listen, you can figure out later whether your guesses are correct or incorrect. Okay, there are words. Point number 2. There are words or issues that you don't understand. Use your general knowledge as well as the context to find out the meaning. I just told you. If you still don't understand something, use a dictionary to look up the words or ask someone else for help. Somebody texted me, Miss, what is the meaning of the word medical history? So, I sent a voice note explaining what medical history is. So, sekejap Okay. Okay. Next, focus on keywords and facts. So those are the things that you know that you have You have different words, keywords that if you know it's going to be about psychiatric information or illnesses and things like that, you already kind of anticipate or kind of get ready for those words. Okay, focus on keywords and facts. Take notes to support your memories. Haikal, did you take notes when you listen? Huh? Yes. Can I see your notes? Hold it up. Can I see your notes? Where's your notes? Huh? Oh, it's over there. Very good. Okay. Take notes to support your memory because you already know that it's 30 minutes long and we can't remember everything, right? So we take notes. All right. Intonation and stress of the speakers can help you to understand what you hear. What does this mean? That, I just said that. What does it mean? When the intonation goes up, you know that it's a question. You know that you have to answer something. So that is stress and intonation. When somebody said something like that, slower and louder, that is usually the way they are stressing something is important. So when you do that, when you listen for that, it will help you to understand what you need to pay attention to. Okay? What's important, what's not. Okay. Again, the last tip is try to think ahead. It's all about, okay, he's going to talk about this, he's going to talk about that. We all have been in conversation before. Yeah, we all have been in conversations before. And sometimes we think, oh, he's going to talk about this, he's going to talk about that. So that will help us get ready for the next bits. Because speech goes like that. And then when it's gone, it's gone. Unless you record it like this, or you have videos, you can rewind it. But speech as a whole, it's one time. Okay? Okay. After listening, this is the tips for after listening. Think about the text again. Have you understood the main points? Remember the speculation that you made before you listen. Did they come true? So you remember back. Review your notes, which is why you have to take notes. Okay? Next point. Check whether you have completed your task correctly. The reason why I gave you all those tasks, the 3 questions for you to look at, is because if you know what you are going to listen for, you tend to pay more attention. Or, as compared to if I say, okay, listen to this. And then when I ask you questions, like, I don't know, I just listen. I listen, but I don't know what I heard. Okay. Listen to difficult passages. Listen again to difficult passages, which is why we can review, rewind. Okay, listening for specific information, names, places. I ask you, listen for military history. So you are no, not military history, medical history. So you are going to be focusing on about the history of his medical record, right? Because you're going to listen to where he was, and then next, and then next, and then next. Details usually includes name, places, numbers, dates, reason or causes. All right. Now, for YouTube people, I send you a link, track 1. That is track 1. Okay, guys, can you listen carefully to the track that I send you on WhatsApp and answer these questions. Okay, the question is, Malaysia has strong tourism market in A, India and Singapore, B, Singapore and India, C, the Middle East and India, and D, the United States. How to do it? Focus on keywords. You know the question. Strong tourism markets. Okay? Listen out for these words and their equivalent. Equivalent means something that says the same thing. Yeah. Also listen out for the names of relevant countries only. Jot down notes quickly. Leave out or eliminate the wrong answer. Please do this later. Because I just want to give the lecture right now. Okay. From the text, yeah, it says here, this is from the text. You're going to listen later. Malaysia Tourism Promotion Board Deputy Director General Mirza Muhammad Taib, speaking at a press conference yesterday, said India is strong with the Middle Eastern and Indian market. So, you've seen this. Again, when you get questions, look at the questions first so that you know what you're going to look for. So, the answer is C. Okay, darlings? Haikal okay? Afifah okay? Faisal okay? Alright, good. Okay. So, from the text, this is like what the words in the text. Malaysia Tourism Promotion Board Deputy General Mirza Muhammad Taib speaking. Oh, sorry. This is the one just now. Why do Indian tourists like to visit Malaysia? Okay. A. Answer A. It is close to Singapore. B. They find Malaysia a cheap destination. C. They love the beautiful places in Malaysia. D. They are traveling with the Middle Eastern tourists. They like traveling with the Middle Eastern tourists. So, you focus on keywords in the question. Indian tourists like Malaysia. So, listen out for these words and their equivalent in the text. Jot down notes. The text says, Malaysia is the favorite destination for tourists from India. So, you've seen already, yeah? India tourists, like or favorite is kind of like the same, like and favorite. For the answer. Malaysia is the favorite destination for tourists from India as they love its scenic places. So the points in A and B and D are not found in the text and therefore not the answers. The point C is mentioned in the text. Scenic means beautiful. So the answer is C. Okay. This is track 2, track 3. I will give you the tracks later so you can practice that on your own. Okay. 4.4, deducing the meaning of unknown words. Yeah. Sometimes you don't understand. We don't understand what this word says, what that word says, what this means, what that means. And a lot of people, they just get panicky and they stop listening already. That's not the right way to go about it. Okay, what you should have done is stay calm, relax, and just listen. You can guess normally. If you have done the homework, meaning to say you've looked at the background and stuff like that, you can guess. Okay, you can guess the meaning of unfamiliar words, which is words that you haven't seen before. See, I said unfamiliar and then I explain what it is. Unfamiliar words and then words that you haven't seen before. Okay, so you can get some partial understanding. This is the trick, guys. The trick is when you listen to when you learn English as a whole, the worst thing that you can do is to get uptight, to get stressed out, and to get worried. English, when you learn English, you have to have fun. You have to play with it because otherwise it's just going to be torture. Can you imagine if you don't find any enjoyment or interest at all in the video clip that I sent you? That's just 38 minutes of pure torture. Correct? So you have to open your mind, open your heart, and then and just try. This is all. the problem with you guys is you guys are so good at things. You guys are good at maths. You guys are good at physics and doing all the sums. You guys are so good at that. So you think that English is also like that. You have to study and memorize, and then you get to improve your English. No, improving your English means you have to practice. You have to play with it. You have to use it, which is why it is so stupid to think that you can study English, and then sit for the exam. So stupid. If you haven't played with it for the 14 weeks that we are together, how are you how do you expect to be able to perform the skills if you don't practice it? Okay. All right. Tips. Sometimes the speaker will provide the definition for difficult or low frequency word. Low frequency words means words that you don't find often. See, I gave you the definition. What is low frequency words? Azlinda? I can't hear you, love. Can you speak up? She's speaking very softly. Yeah, okay. Not cannot find. You don't find very often when you in your real life. Okay? All right. So definition of difficult or low frequency words means words that you don't encounter very, very often. So listen to this text, and then so you listen. Track 5, okay? It's going to talk about photosynthesis. Okay, what does photosynthesis means? The meaning of photosynthesis is the process of converting sunlight and carbon dioxide into plant food. So it's already giving you the definition. Okay. All right, number 2. Okay, number 1 just now, how to understand the meaning of unknown words. First, sometimes they provide the definition. Sometimes, number 2, sometimes the content of the sentence or sentences will help you guess the meaning of the words. The explanation will tell you what it is. Okay. Number 3, sometimes the speaker may give examples, and this may help you figure out the meaning of unfamiliar words. Okay, let me see if I can do track 7. This is track 7. You guys find out for yourself, but I think I'm going to try and play it for these guys. Oops. Track 7. Track 7. Documents. Listening. Nope. Okay, guys, in Webex, can you tell me if you can listen? Ahmad Faisal, if you can listen, if you can hear, you can do this for me, okay? Give me thumbs up, okay? I'm going to play you track 7. Okay, for you guys, find track 7. Apparently, they can't do that. Okay, fine. Never mind. So I'll give you the files. So you have to go over the lecture with the files, okay? Okay, apparently it's very hard to do this. You have to have the audio tracks, and then you do that. Okay. Okay, so these are all the practices. You can, I will send this to you, and then you can click and practice. Guys, you have to do the practice, yeah, because you guys have listening test. 30%, 2 listening test. I don't know the dates yet, but I will let you know when. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to talk to you now about I'm going to talk to you now about forms and functions. This is the documents that I sent you. I sent you three things. I sent you the video. I sent you a handout on forms and functions. So this is about the form handout for form and functions. Can you open that up, please, darlings? Thank you. Okay, we are looking at forms and function. Okay, first, guys, what does this mean? What does form and function mean? What do forms and function mean? That's what I mean. Sorry. Language forms and function. Forms is what you say. Function is what does it do. Okay. For example, what you say is good morning. The function is to greet. If you say, excuse me for a moment, can I just interrupt? That is the form, meaning to say those are the words that you say, but then the function is to interrupt somebody. You know, when you say, excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. Or if you say, I'm sorry, I yelled at you. That's the form. Form means bentuk, Form means the words that you have, the sentences. And then function means how do you use those sentences. So if the form is, I'm sorry, I yelled at you yesterday. What is the function of saying that? Chong Chi Ching. If the form is, I'm sorry, I yelled at you yesterday. What is the function? To apologize. Good. So that's what it means. Okay, why do you need to learn this? You need to learn this because we have group discussion, we have interviews and stuff like that. So you need to cooperate in the communication. So excuse me, or if you wanna interrupt somebody talking, you say, excuse me, but I think such and such and such. So you have to know how to do things with language. Let me give you a let's look at this one. A language function refers to what students do with language as they engage with the content to interact with each other. Function represent the active use of the language for specific purposes. Okay? You want to express ideas, you want to communicate, you want to give instruction, you want to make requests, you want to defend an argument. You in academic writing, we describe processes, compare and contrast things and ideas, and classifying objects and ideas. Okay. Language forms pula. Okay. These are words that are used across academic. Okay, across everything. So they are verbs, they are complex preposition, meaning to say, for example, in contrast to, or as well as. For example, in contrast to Ahmad Faisal, Akmal Farouk has gone to school for 17 years. So in contrast to, so when you hear that, you know the function is to, for the speaker, is to tell you that we are going to hear two opposite things. Yeah, when you hear the words like in contrast to, but when you hear the word um, as well as, you know that it's going to be the same. So all these words are describing things, how content interact. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, that's fine. We will go forward. Okay, let's go to this bit. Language learners need to acquire means what? Needs to have, yeah, both the function, the uses and purposes, and the forms, structure, and cross-curricular vocabulary in order to reach higher levels of proficiency. So this is what you need to understand. Language function, yeah, expressing needs and likes. I'm going to ask Azi, how do you, okay, how do you express needs? You tell somebody you need something or like something. Give me example. Azi, I can't hear you, love. Still can't hear you. Okay. Jing Hui. Okay. Can you demonstrate how to express needs or likes? Yeah, you need something or you guys do it too. You need something. Yes. Yes. Give me an example. Give me an example of the sentence that you use, that you would use. 12. He said, I want to buy the iPhone 12. So that is good. That is a sentence that express what do you want, what do you need. So I want to buy iPhone 12. Okay, good. There is also okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay, describing people and places and things. Okay, who are going to I'm going to talk to Nur Salwana. Can you give me a sentence describing place, people, place, or things? Hello. Yes, ma'am. No, just give me the sentence. You guys make sentences as well, yeah? Just give me a sentence. Stop with the something. He said Adam is tall guy something. Just say Adam is a tall guy. Yes. That is describing people or so if you let's say Nur Anis, you want to gossip with Nur Hidayah about the new iPhone 12 that your friend just now, who was it? That your friend just now wanted to buy. Where am I just now? I think I lost you guys. Okay. Nur Anis. Nur Anis. You want to tell Nur Anisa. We are all a big fan of Anis and Anisas here. Miss Anis says, Nur Anis, can you gossip with Nur Anisa about your friend just now who wants to buy an iPhone 12? Describe. Using describe, people, places. Awesome! Yay! they are doing it. Okay. Okay. Next one, describing spatial and temporal relations. Spatial means location in space. Okay. Temporal means location in time. So, for example, I'm going to meet you at the cafeteria. So that is spatial. That is space. I'm going to meet you at the cafeteria at 5 a.m. What are you doing at 5 a.m.? 5 p.m. I'm going to meet you at the cafeteria at 5 p.m. That is spatial and temporal relation. Or you can say, spatial relationship, you can say, oh, my house is in Seremban. It is located in Senawang behind Maidin Superstore. So that is, you see where the spaces are, right? Yes, good? Okay. Eng Yu Chia. Eng Yu Chia, can you tell Nurul Atira, switch on your mics. Eng Yu Chia, switch on your mic. Can you give Nurul Atira the direction from your house to the bus station? I don't know your house, so you can say pretty much anything. I just want to hear the language. Just say. Nurul Atira, can you ask Eng Yu Chia how to get to her house from the situation is you are at the bus station. You want to get to her house, but you don't know how. Can you ask her how to get to her house? And can you tell her how to get to her house? They are doing practice. You guys practice too. What's going on? They're laughing. I don't know why they're laughing. Cepat. You have to ask Eng Yu Chia. Astaghfirullahalazim. What's going on? What's going on? They're laughing now. Atira! Why are you laughing? Hurry up. I'm just yelling at people now. Yucha is already like, I'm going to tell her this. Hurry up. You ask her how. You are at the bus station. You want to go to her house. Okay, fine. Okay, after this is all practice. I'm going to talk to the YouTube people. This is all practice. And I'll talk to you later. Okay.